Oh, no, I am coming back. Can you hear us? Okay. Um, Devin, too, is feeding Bailey, who just got up for some water. He's also taking Gronk home for a sleepover, so that's very exciting. But I wanted to read you a thank you letter from Laura, no, where's Peterson, I believe it is. And this is a thank you from the animals of Crazy Acres, January 2016. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen and fellow service dogs. This is Bentley and Queen Bailey, and we're here tonight to give voice to all the animals at Crazy Acres Farm who want to express our thanks to all the staff and volunteers who make our life wonderful. And Bailey's having a very good drink of water. When we learned of this dinner, Bailey and I got together and agreed it was very important that everyone get to share their appreciation and thanks to all the humans in our lives. But with 60 plus dogs and not counting the other animals, well, we had to come up with Plan B. Apparently the humans here tonight also wanted to eat dinner and chat. We Danes and the other critters don't chat, so we had to ask about that. Bailey came up with the idea of having a Dane point person for the groups who would bring a message to us to share. Easy, right? Not so much. Bentley explained, so here's how it was set up. A point pup dog from the current puppy litters would be chosen, and we also divided the rest of the dogs into the following groups. The young adult dogs. Hi, Bailey. You okay? Is that good that Devin just gave you? Huh? Good girl. Good girl. You gonna get back up on the futon? Huh? Yeah, good girl. Good girl. Can you go around the board? Huh? Can you get back up? You want to get back up on the futon? Huh? You want to get up on the futon, little girl? Come on, sweetheart. Is there a pillow and blanket? Huh? You need to go up for a minute. You want to go out?
I'll take her out. She was stuck in the car.
And that commercial break was brought to you by Bailey. The young adult dogs, house dogs, this included the day kennel dogs such as Martha and the Dots, Sophia, Charlie, plus dogs parked with humans and spent time at the farm in 2015. Bentley added that to be fair, they should include the donkeys, chickens, and guinea hens. Bailey volunteered to speak to the other house dogs and young adult dogs, and I offered to talk to the donkeys and tried to talk to the guinea hens and chickens if they'd stand still long enough. We are both going to tackle the puppies as they were pretty young to know what to say. I, Bentley, trotted down to the tea tent area and quietly approached several of the donkeys munching on hay and introduced myself to 3 of them. Hello, my name is Bentley. I live up at the house and would like to speak to you, please. No response. Just blink, blink, and tail switching. I thought maybe they could not hear well, so I asked in my head dog voice, do you understand dog speak? Well, there was more blinking and switching, and I was about to give up when the larger donkey named Maud turned slowly and nodded yes. Ahaha, progress. I told them we were writing a thank you letter to all the humans who help on the farm and asked if they would like to send a message. Then I waited and waited. Maud leaned over to consult with the smaller donkeys. I heard whispers and some glanced over at me. I tried to look friendly. I waited some more. I sat down, ate some grass. That was just yummy. And finally Maud approached the fence. I was expecting a monologue from them, but instead she looked me right in the eyes and said, please tell all the humans from all of us donkeys, thank you for our wonderful home. We are the happiest of donkeys. I promised. Hi, Bailey. Do you want me to move that? Hold on, sweetheart. Hold on, sweetheart. Want to come here? Baby doll? Want to come here, sweetie? Baby is walking around quite a lot. Baby, you want to come here? Where do you want to sleep, huh? You choose. You ride and get the backup, huh? Where do you want to go? Which one do you want to go to? Do you want the larger one? Leave it spread out? Huh? Oh, come on, sweetheart. Come on. Want to go up here? Baby, go. Come on, sweetheart. Come on. Baby.
We'll do this to you.
And nobody's moving over here. Come, Gales. Alright, Brian, you come up here.
Good girl, baby.
Let you get you another pillow. Get you another pillow, huh?
Good girl, baby.
You can go up there, Bri. You can go up there, sweetheart. Get you covered up. Yes. And smoking. Maybe in front of light. Get you a little coach. Good girl. Good girl. So Bailey had a can of food and went out and did her business, and now she's back again and she's all tucked in. But back to the story. Please tell all the humans from all of us donkeys, thank you for our wonderful home. We are the happiest of donkeys. I promised their message would be included, smiled, and gave her a friendly woof. Maud nodded and wandered back into the woods. Mom Carlene always said that donkeys were like Danes and were thinkers, and they thunk real hard about their message. Next up, the guinea hens. Now I asked myself, Self, how would you like to chat with a Great Dane if you were a guinea hen? Well, I naturally assumed that anyone would want to talk to me. After all, I am Bentley. I knew I had to be cautious. Do you want to go back there, sweetheart? It's okay, Violet. It's okay, sweetheart. I knew I had to be cautious as they are in a group, very skittish, run funny, and make odd noises. I settled down by the G tent, which they trot through regularly, and waited. Finally, I heard them coming, click, 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 from their little claw feet. There was some sort of rustling and throaty noise, but I couldn't be sure. When they came into sight, I froze. They froze. I opened my mouth to speak, and before I uttered a single bow or wow, they took off scattering across the parking lot. Well, maybe plan B. I went back to the tea tent and chose the comfy turkey layout right in front and waited, and waited, and waited. I spotted two of them near the V-pen where they like to nibble, and using my inside quiet voice, like Mom taught me, I asked if they wanted to send a message to all the humans. They jumped about a foot, but didn't run. They wiggled their necks and fluffed feathers and made other noises that I honestly didn't want to know about. There were chortles and squawks, head bobbing, and then they scratched out a message in the gravel. Thanks for home. We love Grace. Excellent. I promised their message would be delivered. Guinea hens can understand dog speak, but can't talk it, but scratches work for me. I rolled back to my feet, which freaked the hens out, and they flew up to the roof. I stopped by the chickens' areas, and they were already working on their message, also short. Thanks for the nice coop, good food, and not letting anyone eat us. That takes care of the non-canine groups. Back at the house, Bailey asked several house dogs to help the news out throughout the farm. Araya, Chaos, and Martha and the dogs offered to help. They trotted across the farm and spoke to all the puppy litters and the young adult dogs. Everyone had one day to choose a spokesdog for their litter or group. The spokesdog would find a way up to the house after mail call and share their message to Bailey or Bentley. The house dogs told the puppies that they would need an escort after dark and to send a bow wow alert when ready. The house dogs reported back to Bailey, who was resting comfortably on the futon, and all agreed the puppies would need help. Araya, Audrey, Chaos, and Martha would go back out to help the puppies after dark. Bailey wondered if the four ladies would be able to help the puppies or just end up playing, but she crossed her paws. Over in the arena, the young adult dogs gathered. After much debate, scuffle, some biting face, and a few zoomies just for fun, they chose Clark as their spokesdog. Clarky Barky was thrilled and knew he had a great responsibility. Clark was very honored. I know how important this is to all of us, and I promise to carry our message to the humans with pride. Let's get started and keep your voices down so Shannon doesn't find us. No cams here and won't be seen by the CPs. Gronk, shift to your left to the car so the Dutchies and Roo can squish in there. Everyone, please stay still. There was a lot of woofing and arfing, snorts and bow wowing. Clark kept things moving along. It helps when he's so tall and can see everyone. The dogs crept in from the corners and their voices got softer as they talked. Clark finally stood up and spoke to the group. It's late and we need to get back to our fluffies. I think I have everything. Great job, everyone. Here's what I'll share with Bailey and Bentley for the letter. I hope I didn't miss anything. Boo! Give Leroy a nudge. He's snoring. Dear humans, my name is Clark and I'm the spokesdog for the young adult dog group. To our humans, we added the Dutchies and Voodoo to our group. The European dogs really wanted to speak in Dutch dog speak, but they agreed to stick to American dog speak. More head nodding, wags, and paw pats to the Dutchies and Voodoo. There were a few yelps and snorts as in the dark, paws didn't always land in the right place. We all know it's been a very tough year for all of us dogs and you humans, and we think it's important, especially now, that we share how we feel. We also had loved ones go to the bridge last year, and some of us were sick too. But what we want you to know is that despite all the heartache last year, we are all so very happy to be at the farm. No matter what was happening, we knew we would be okay, and as puppies, that was everything. The Dutchies and Voodoo learned that very fast too. We were always, always loved. As puppies, we were cuddled and petted, taught how to drink from a bottle, and then a spoon. You helped us find the milk bar and made sure we weren't squished by Mom. We weren't scolded if we missed a pee pad and learned all about poo. We are poo experts compared to other dogs. We played and had wonderful aunties and uncles to help us learn things. We grew up with more love than we knew what to do with. As we got older, we started training, which was very exciting and sometimes hard to learn. But we always were praised and encouraged from all the trainers, and it was such fun to learn our manners, how to walk right, get in and out of a traveling box. I think they call it a car. We always made sure we had company at night when we were little, and we were always snuggled, even if the night sitter didn't sleep at all. Oh, I thought he was here. Some of us are training to be a service dog, very exciting, and others have gone to their forever homes with amazing families. A few may have their own puppies in the future. So even though we haven't always known how to tell every volunteer, bless you, and staff members how we felt, we thank all of you now for a few of these things. Fluffies and stuffies, breakfast, dinner, and snacks, bones and chew toys, racing up and down Puppy Hill, warm beds at night, and morning pats, cleaning up after us a lot, and teaching us right and wrong, bless. Tummy rubs and ear scratches, pedicures, hugs, games, secret conversations with so many humans such as Donna and Grace, Pam, Shannon, Katie, the Steves, Laura, Bud, and Smiley, just to name a few, and always cared for with enormous love and kindness. So next time we reach out a paw to your hand or leg, or sneak in a little kissy, wiggle our butts and wag our tails and nuzzle your arm, or run beside your scooter, please know that we are saying thank you every time, and we love each of you. We can't remember all the names, we just learned ours own not too long ago, but we are always thankful and happy to see you. We really do have a wonderful life here, thanks to all of you. Excuse me. Clark stopped at this point, a bit out of breath, and looked out into the dark and silent arena. He wondered if they were still out there, but then he heard it, the soft woofs and muffled arfs, bow wows, and snorts. He was very relieved. Everyone snuck back to their kennels or beds, and Clark loped up to the house, being sure to keep away from the cameras. Excuse me. And went and talked to Bailey. He was a bit nervous about talking to her and hated walking up to her, waking her up. But she was very kind. She took their message, congratulated them all on a job well done, and sent Clark off to bed a happy camper. It was Bentley's turn to get the message together from the house dog, and he figured it would be pretty easy. They had all been around, knew what mattered, and thought 10 minutes would happen already. Bentley was proven very wrong. The house dogs met in the condos, and Bentley said, "Now, I have a message from Opal and Mariah, and we just need to get thoughts from each of you, so I'll go around to each of you and speak up." Well, all of them started talking all at once. Every time one of the dogs added a thought, someone else chimed in, and before Bentley knew it, there was mayhem in the condos. The girls were all squabbling, bitey-faced, and very active, chasing around the condos about who should go first. Well, Bentley was in over his head this time. None of them listened to him. He stamped his paw in frustration and growled, and just when he got shoved off his upper deck, he looked up. There in the doorway was Bailey. She was still moving slow, but had heard the commotion and knew this was a girl-dog thing, so she'd gotten up, had a long drink of water, and stood in the doorway. Bentley just watched. Bailey carefully, still a sore tail, walked into the center of the condos, and in a huge voice, she said, "Woof!" It was a fierce bark, and Bentley had never heard it before. Naturally, everyone froze, and she said, looking at each one of them, "Muzzle it." Bailey turned and walked out and back to her favorite futon for a nap. It was so quiet you could hear the pups talking in their sleep in the barn. Bentley was impressed beyond words. The other dogs were scared, and they all did what they were told. Bailey just chuckled to herself as she dozed off. Bentley stepped in and said, "This is what we have for a message. No changes allowed." Opal, Misha, Scarlett, and Gutsy have all sent in their thanks for the wonderful care they received from everyone when delivering their new puppies, and how each mama was so grateful that the flitters were still getting the same love and attention as if they were still at the farm. They mentioned how much they appreciated the aunties and uncles showing their pups the ropes, and they never worried once when they went back home. Bailey thanked all the house staff, and especially Grace and Pam, for their kindness when she was sick. Katos came out of her snooze and was grateful for the love and attention and kindness trust she always had, and loved her fluffies. A riot was next, and everyone just knew what she would say. All a riot wanted to add was, "I love you, Grace. I love you, Grace. I love you, Grace. And I love the puppies, but first, I love you, Grace." Bentley finally cut her off with a strong bark, at which point Araya went into the corner to sulk. Martha and the Dodds shared some thoughts. Araya, Audrey, Chaos, and Martha about Pam, but also thanked the barn humans for making sure they had time to play and stretch their legs during the day. "You okay, Bales? Huh?" Bentley stood up on the futon, he knows it makes him look regal, and said, "This is what I will tell the humans on your behalf. Dear humans, Bentley here, and I'm spokesdog on behalf of the house dogs and day kennel dogs, or those who were in the house last year." "You okay, Bailey?" She's getting another drink. From our youngest house dog, Audrey, to our most exalted Queen Bailey, there is nothing but gratitude to all the staff and volunteers for so many things. We get great food and are always warm, and in a clean kennel or condo, plenty of treats from a host of volunteers and staff, fresh fluffies, toys, and bones. Our food disappears by magic. We can wander down to the tea tent on the weekends and hang out on the couches. Visitors love us and give us extra pats, and we get to help raise all those puppies and make sure they grow up right, and we are always loved and valued by every human at the farm. It can't get any better than that, and we thank you. Bentley turned around and heard a riot in the corner. Are you still sulking? Oh, all right, for heaven's sakes, I'll add in that a riot loves grace. Are you happy now? A riot was happy and happily danced around. I think we have what we want to say, and I'll be sure it's submitted before the dinner. Thank you all for your ideas, help with the other dogs, and the great teamwork. Let's all get to bed. A riot, Audrey, Chaos, and Martha went out to the various kennels, and each had one of the new litters. The minions, guppies, calories, and pokies were all close in age, and the ladies decided that they would get all the feedback and then compare notes. It was likely that they would come up with similar things to be thankful for and maybe consolidate. They did agree that they would not change or correct any spelling or grammar from the pups. Here are the spokespups for each of the letters. Guppies, Rocco. Pokies, Addie. Calories, Ruby. And minions, Amelia. The pups were all agog at their task, and even though their spokespups tried, they could not get their siblings to slow down. A riot, Audrey, Chaos, and Martha drew straws for their litters and dove in. You want to get up on that one now, Bill? The Whittles were firing off things so fast, and there were double suggestions. Everyone had so much to share with the humans. Well, after 30 minutes, the older dogs regrouped and realized we can't do each litter. So they had each spokespup do a simple list of everything to their siblings said and gave to the big dogs. Martha noted that there were a few special items that needed to be included. The guppies were profoundly thankful for Katie and Carlene and all the work that they put in to bring Maeve around. They don't get to see her as much, but she's their sister and made it through thanks to their special humans. They all mentioned how grateful they were to all the puppy sitters who watched over them, especially the first few weeks when they could not see yet. They said it calmed all the pups knowing that they could not wander into trouble or get smushed. So the big dogs consolidated all the puppy lists and promised the spokespups that they would be mentioned as a special role after all, and all the info would get passed on to staff and volunteers. They sent the youngsters back to their fluffies for a good sleep. Here are the things that the 2015 puppies want to thank all the humans for the following. Breakfast, dinner, snacks, bones, kongs, fluffies, stuffies, pillows, cuddles, snuggles, kisses, hugs, tummy rubs, tickles, learning our names, learning to eat from a spoon, learning our weight, though that's still a work in progress, making sure we pups all got time at the milk bar of our moms and helped our moms whiz us when needed. We thank you for teaching us how to play with toys, what was grass, what was snow, staying up every night to look at us, cleaning up pee pads and poo that never seemed to end. We thank you for teaching us manners, letting us play in the kitchen and during mail call, breakfast with a riot, figuring out bitey face, and when not to bite too hard. Podicures, letting us bark and bark. Are you hearing them? Sometimes, and play till we could play no more. Zoomies, every pat and chin scratch, helping us to the futon and kissing our boo-boos when we fell off. Covering up us at night and giving us a smile every morning. Puppy marches and walks around the farm, taking care of us when we're sick and showing each of us love and care and kindness no matter what we did wrong. There were so many things that were done for us that we didn't see and don't know who did the work, but please know that as pups we know many worked hard for us that we don't know. We know we will always have a home at the farm throughout our life and are the luckiest pups anywhere, and that's all due to the hard work, dedication, and love each of you share with us. So on behalf of all the pups, we send a mutual arf arf woofie bow wow arf. We love you. So Laura, thank you, thank you, thank you. Laura Peterson, the CPs.
That's nice.
Yeah, much time and effort, and we appreciate all the notes and words.
The memes.
And did you hear some of the dogs of the dog? Could you were able to hear the dogs through the microphone? Yeah, they're up for a little bit. Bailey's back down again. Orion.
Waiting for Grace.
Yeah, she can't quite fully settle down. She does for a while, but then she's on look. She went into the sunroom and was looking out the windows for her. I'm sure they're doing overnight tonight when Grace gets back. But she, So yeah, so I think that was beautiful from the heart, as all your cards and notes are. Every mail call and for the dinner. And I can't wait to read all the other thank yous, but that one was just so cute from the animals, and they definitely included all of them. Rai, what's going on? What's going on, little girl? But also Bailey's good because she's on her other side. So that's good that she's rotating. She's self-rotating. Yes, Rai. So is Gronk gonna watch the Patriots game with you tomorrow? Gronk watching Gronk. Aren't we the afternoon game? I think we're at 3:15 maybe.
Maybe.
I think the other game's the 6:30.
I was thinking about bringing him back before he said.
Would have been a fun picture for watching Gronk. So. We can probably put the TVs here and do that picture. Yes, SDP is yeah, I think the puppies kind of got into the story and they were reacting to some of the Arfar 4/4. That's right, it could be the bedtime story. There we go. Yes, that laundry chute is a heaven sent. Oh, Linda, that's right, Linda. You were supposed to be here, and Gronk was, and Grommy was gonna spend the night. That's right. Linda is a very hard-working volunteer. I mean, they're all hard-working volunteers. So, back to casting. Did we come up with anyone for Tanner? We tried to write them down from the notes, but I think we missed them. And also, Colleen, as an Oscar Colleen, we wanted some suggestions, and Shannon and Donna and Trainer Steve. And also, unrelated, if you could have a superpower, what would your superpower be? And earlier, someone had asked what was for dinner. I think we actually all had a bagel. So there's rumor there's cheesecake here. So I think we know what dessert's going to be. So now we've got Bailey on the futon by the sunroom. And Mariah's on the other one, I think by the
No.
door. Oh, no, Mariah's wandering. And,
She's waiting by the people.
oh, little Rai. She's so misses her Grace. And Ruby is sleeping. Reese is just kind of checking things out. And Gretchen is chewing on a bone. And actually, I think Bailey's snoring. I'm afraid to move the microphone to pick it up, but this means she's very comfortable. like that you were the ghost writer. Yep, looking for Ray.
It's weird how we're watching them on the camera right there.
I know, they're right there. Bye-bye. Let's go in front of the fire, but I don't want to get too warm. Hmm. And who do we have for Trainer Steve in the movie? Okay. Oh yeah, Rai just wants to go look out the window. Bye, Rai. It's okay, sweetheart.
The guy from The Walking Dead, Andrew Lincoln.
Andrew Lincoln for Steve.
I don't know. Let's throw things out. Does anyone else have any? First Trainer Steve. Gary Sinise.
Gary Sinise. Sinise. I like him. And he does war protection. That's a good. That's right.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know why Andrew Lincoln made me think about, never mind. But yeah, Colleen, me, Shannon one, Donna. Oh, Mary Tyler, who was Mary Tyler Moore supposed to be? Does anyone remember?
Mary Tyler
I
Moore.
think she was in the notes, but I can't remember what they said for.
Oh, they also had said Betty White for Carmen.
Alright. Bear pillow, bring it to Audrey. I'll deliver the bear pillow to Audrey. Chaos didn't like being disturbed, so I left the pillow with Audrey. Hopefully she'll bring it back to bed with her. Oh, if Richard. Alright. Tanner, youngest son on Tim Allen's show. Don't know who that is, but we'll put the youngest son on Tim Allen, so maybe Tanner will know who it is. Richard. Yeah. Paul Lewin or Richard Gere.
Is that Richard who lives on the West Coast?
Yes.
And who is he exactly? Where
He came out and visited for a week over the summer, and he put out a challenge where he was matching donations and ultimately gave $10,000 to buy washer and dryer downstairs.
Wow.
Industrial strength. And then he came out at Thanksgiving, and he had dinner catered for us.
Nice. Yeah, I saw him on camera, but
Oh,
the
Judy
story.
Dench. I love Judy
Oh, Judy
Dench.
Dench.
Donna. It could be Donna. Oh, Tom. Kurt Russell or... Where's Sam Shepard? Where's he been?
Sam
Who?
Shepard. Oh yeah.
Shepard.
Who?
I know, as Devin says, who?
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah, what was Sam Shepard in? Sam Shepard.
I couldn't tell you what he's been in, but I know who it is.
Sam Shepard. Is that the was
I
he
actually
in
don't watch movies.
was he the one that was in Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze? He played his friend?
Oh, I don't know.
Can't remember.
Finding out.
Thank you so much,
Okay,
Devin. Have fun
Devin.
with Gronk, and yeah, drive carefully.
Should I bring this back up after?
Here, just take it. Yeah.
Drive
Laundry
careful.
In and out.
Right.
Good night.
Right.
Thanks so much. That means more cheesecake for me. Clint Eastwood for Steve the trainer. But to the more important things, what kind of cheesecake do you like? Are you a purist? Or do you, like Grace's favorite cheesecake is key lime,
Yeah, that's good. I like the green.
which I had actually never heard of before until I got her some. And I have to say it was very nice. I was expecting it to be more tart, and it wasn't, which was really smooth and nice.
Gretchen, what are you doing?
Oh, Julia Child is cute.
Ooh, cookie.
Matthew, oh, we're getting a lot for Steve, Trainer Steve. We need Shannon 1 and Donna. I don't know if I've heard anyone with superpowers. Oh, Sandra Bullock.
Oh yeah.
So has anyone seen any Oscar movies? Oh, no, it's gonna pay us all a lot. All right, and I want true confessions here. How many of you say daily doggy instead of doggy daily? I'm raising my hand.
I say daily doggy.
Yeah. I never say doggy daily, it's always daily doggy. Alright, who's barking back there? Oh, they're barking at Devon's leaving. So that's what they're looking out the window. And Audrey didn't take her pillow in. She was chewing on it out in the feed area. What are they doing there in Kennel Pen? That Audrey is such a beauty. Yep, it's chaos. Last week, I was laughing because Grace, we were trying to get Chaos to go outside. And Grace was cleaning back in the condo. And so she cleared cleaned the left side, and Chaos was on the right side, and I was trying to get her to come out, because she hadn't been out all day. And she got up, so I was all excited, because I'm like, oh good, she's gonna come out and go outside. No, she just walked over to the clean side of the condo. It's one smart little Chaos. Michael Madsen. Michael Madsen. Look at all these people. Right, do you want to go back there? She can go back there if she wants, yeah. Okay. Well, do you want to look out the window again, Riot? If you think it, she will come.
Yeah.
Not for a few more hours, though, sweetie. Oh, Audrey, what are you doing? Going up? I love this condo view. We were trying not to go back there. I like them all up, and then we get. Yeah, that's the truck. Reese, it's okay, Reese. Oh, now Riot's thinks it's Grace coming, but
That's okay.
other story, which I'm gonna bust this area. I got poop pickers all over the place. And I was thinking how this big keyboard is one of the first things the CP sent in.
Oh, yeah?
Alright, why isn't my control F working? Well, I can't pull it up. That's all.
Can you try one?
I was trying to pull up a story, but it's not pulling up, so it's